Hello and welcome to welcome to Thursday Night Fading Suns on the Ulysses International Channel. I am JM, your GM, and with me are the crew of the Oh Boy. When we last left off, the crew was dealing through grief and trauma and secrets. And at the end of the last episode, it was agreed that a come to Zebulon moment was needed and that things needed airing out, secrets needed to be shared, decisions needed to be made. So we're going to kind of start off there. So, a table is an intimate thing, a gathering of friends, family, compatriots, strangers, to share words, a meal, stories. The story shared around this table is of 5 people. A crew for certain, a family sometimes. But what this table holds is a mystery to all at this point. So as we open up, the group has gathered back at the table, and we're going to start off with everyone kind of coming in, sitting down. Ercole, Gregor, Jexa, Gemma, Val, and Calypso. Val,
And
you were
Lucia.
Oh, go ahead.
And Lucia.
And Lucia, thank you.
Don't forget my
Luc-
mom.
Lucia kind of looks to you, Val, and says, well, you called this, you and Gemma.
Oh, I do the talking thing. I recognize that the talking thing has to happen, but Gemma?
I mean, I think we all know that we are headed towards an ultimate goal, and I think our next step, should we choose to pursue it, is going to be more difficult and possibly harrowing than anything we've done before, so I think it would be beneficial for everyone to maybe lay all of their cards on the table, to borrow an expression, so that we are not caught by surprise within our ranks with whatever we face next.
Right. Well, listen, I didn't think anyone would notice, and I am sorry for. Wait, what is this in? What was this in relation to, Gemma?
What are you talking about, Gregor?
He kind of looks to Lucia, and looks to you, and looks to Calypso, and then back to Val. What are you talking about, Gemma?
I mean, I'm talking about anything and everything that could impact us moving forwards.
I feel like there's a lot of nobody's meeting anyone else's eye here.
And we'll just go around the table and make eye contact with everybody. Anybody? We're all good to head into the darkness. There's nothing anybody needs to know.
Hear a like ting 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 as Jax's left hand just starts like tapping on the table.
Jexa? Is there
Is there something I need to tell you all?
I don't know at this point.
I mean, maybe, but the last time I told somebody, they ran away.
Well, I am not in a position to run away. And I have yet to run away.
It's true, you're kind of stuck.
And I don't really run that fast, so.
I mean, Perpetua knows. Too. Where's Perpetua?
Yeah, where is Perpetua in all of this?
If you guys remember, Perpetua has been sequestered in her cabin since she returned from the distraction.
Right. So Perpetua and I actually talked about this. Well, sometimes, like, I'm not crazy. Okay. I'm not. But I do hear voices. Well, not voices, voice. Singular. And it's not my AI. Or at least it wasn't. And now I think it might be. So once upon a time, we were flying in a spaceship, and I looked out into the dark voids of space, and apparently a demon came into my head.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you remember when something looked like me and attacked, the Knights building on Byzantium Secundus? Gregor, we were going to go, you were going to chaperone me and my date, but, you know, the building was, like, on fire.
I mean, I've chaperoned a lot of your dates.
I haven't had that many dates, believe it or not.
But I'm pretty sure I've been there at all of them.
Right.
Were
And
you
remember
there when she kissed a boy? Because I don't think you were.
And I liked it. Yeah, not many of my dates were on fire. And, you know, then led to me, like, being chased through the streets and arrested. But I think it was a demon posing as me, because I know I didn't do it, that somebody had to do it. And so, yeah, I might have a demon in my brain. And I told Alexa, and then she ran away. And I talked to Perpetua about it, and Perpetua's not here either. So, if you guys also want me to, you know, go away, I guess that makes sense. It might be Ashkagael. There's, you know, feathers.
At that point with Calypso, she's just gonna raise her hand and she's gonna be like, yeah, mine's name is Azazel. I'm pretty sure it's not hereditary though.
Wait, show of hands, how many of you have demons in your head?
And Perpetua.
Gregor goes to raise his hand, and Lucia's like,
Gregor, put your hand down.
not personal demons, dear. Like actual ones.
Great. Great.
Have these demons done more than talk to you?
And impersonate me instead of building on fire?
Right. But have they
Yeah.
have they made you do anything?
I don't think I've done anything. She's shown me visions, and she thinks Azazel is. And at that point, Jaxa looks at Gemma, and then Lucia, you know, Mima, and then Calypso, and goes, thinks he's a weakling, and not whatever she was about to say.
Okay, so they've impersonated you, but they haven't forced you to do anything.
Yeah, and shown visions. Like,
Oh, I haven't answered this question yet.
No, you haven't, Calypso.
Okay.
Pretty sure mine makes me black out, and I don't remember what I've done. So that's been
bad.
fun.
Eric will speak up. But in those cases, as Jexa is not responsible for the demon impersonating her, well, you may have let something into your life. That does not mean that you are responsible for what happens when you have someone else pulling at the strings. You're saying she's not capable. I believe the word you were looking for is culpable. I mean, maybe.
Because she...
So Ashkagayo has been with you for how long?
Limbus?
Okay. And
I think.
okay.
You know, it was one of those, like, passing through the gates things and the dark. And, you know, when we go through the gates and we all do the...
It wasn't the voices at the satellites.
Yes. That's what it was.
So even before
It was even before the but I didn't
Right.
notice
Right.
it until it was the voices on the satellites at Ravenna. Yeah.
It's fine, everything's fine. Most of this campaign you've had a demon in your head. Cool. And Perpetua? Do we know how long it's been?
I mean, she was saying something about the planet that you rescued from her on. I think she got captured by Ashka Gael and maybe like had her soul torn from her body. You know, something like that. And then all of her friends sacrificed themselves so she could get out. And she's got a lot going on, like here and here. I think she might also be lactose intolerant, so a little problem there.
I've heard that's rough. As Gemma just chooses. I want a block of cheese. Calypso, how long has Azazel been with you?
She's gonna kind of be like, the dragon fight where, the dragon fight. The dragon.
Does this even matter? Falcosis is dead, and I have delayed going out and searching for his killer at Val's request. So some of you hear voices. What does this have to do with anything?
Well,
The demons killed him.
what?
And oh no, I have a dog coming at me at a crucial moment. This is on brand for Hank. Frank, go lie down.
Yes.
So yeah, at that point, Calypso will kind of like, I'm sorry, I can't really like emote this as well as I wish I could, but she'll kind of, furrow her brow, look very conflicted, and she'll be like, Azazel has a sibling, and that sibling killed Falcosis. And then Azazel ensured that sibling left the planet, and I don't know where. And she like pointedly refuses to look at Gregor as she says this.
How do you know that?
Because Ericole helped me find it in my mind.
What was it doing in your mind? Like, is the demon just chilling in your head and you know what they know, or?
No. I'm not really entirely sure of the specifics of possession, but it seems that Azazel can physically take control of me where I don't even know who or what I am. And Azazel used my body to ensure that its sibling got off the planet. Sorry.
Um, I mean, I think that's answer enough, Lucia. We can't move forward until we figure out what to do with the literal and figurative demons in our midst.
Oh, I know what to do. And she stands up and draws a gun.
And Gemma will interpose herself between the demon possessed and Lucia.
Oh, Ercole is right there with you. Oh, so now the church protects those who have demons in their head, not before the innocent blood is spilt. Is that what you're telling me? Is that the purpose of the battle order? I thought you were to guard pilgrims.
And these two cannot be pilgrims? You would wish to condemn your 17-year-old granddaughter because something creeped in the dark spaces? You would condemn your soon-to-be daughter-in-law because something creeped into the dark places?
You would
Calypso's.
absolve.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
I was just gonna say, Calypso would interject and be like, I deserve it.
That is not the conversation at hand right now. The conversation is, do not all souls merit the opportunity for salvation?
the finer points of theological semantics, while the blood of my husband is still on your armor. She spits on the table, and she turns around and storms off. Gregor kind of stands up and he looks at Calypso and he looks at the door and he looks at Calypso and he looks at the door and he's like, I'll go talk to her. And it's just kind of like white eye. You can see the whites of his eyes as he just kind of steps out.
I'm gonna go with Gregor because if Val doesn't leave this room, she's gonna do something she regrets. So I'm leaving with Gregor.
Okay.
Jam, refresh my memory. Is the cathedral in Lemminkainen the one that Calypso stole from?
Yes, very much.
With
very
Gregor.
Much so. She is no longer welcome on the cathedral grounds. Something for attempting to seduce a novagenarian, as well as removing firebirds from a coffer.
I thought it was an octogenarian.
No, he was definitely in his 90s.
He was
Oh
old.
no.
He was real old.
Yeah. Somewhere else on Lemminkainen. And that was the best day that I've had in like 37 years. The Inquisitor sitting across the table is obviously not impressed with the story.
Right. Is there... But there's also a battle order monastery on Lemminkainen as well, correct? Is there somewhere that the crew could go within the monastery or the monastic order that might have the ability to exercise whatever has taken hold, like a good old Patty to the face to either Jexa or Calypso?
You want me to die?
So
No,
here's the thing.
the power of Patty.
What you're really looking for when it comes to like true exorcisms in this thing is you're really looking for eschatonic order or a temple of Vesti, and those are the power of Zebulon compels you sort of people here.
Do we need more
And-
than the 2 saints we got?
The other thing is that this is not just a matter of simple dice rolls or anything like that. This is a much bigger thing. Thorns willingly accepted into the flesh are much harder to withdraw.
Were Jexa's willingly accepted?
Jexa's was
No, but it's not like I didn't know what to do because I didn't know what it was.
Right.
So it's not like I've tried to scrape them out.
that is true, and then there's also that time that she was high on morphine and answered some questions in a highly dubious fashion.
Yay, morphine.
Woo, stamps. So there's nothing that we can do on Lemminkainen with this?
So here's the thing. Taking them to the church for an exorcism on Lemminkainen would either be a very lengthy process in which the Orthodox, if you got them to the Orthodox side of the cathedral, they would be sequestered, and it would take, it would be a months, if not even longer process. If you take them to the battle order, they have a very specific way of severing the connection between the possessing entity and the possessor, and the possessee. Gemma is really the soft, cuddly face of the battle order.
The big doe eyes of the battle.
You're just a giant teddy bear.
Just wrapped in metal. It's fine. Gemma's trinket.
There you go.
Yes. I mean, Ercole, do you have any options? I don't feel like, given how long both of these entities have resided in the crew, that we can safely move forward with anything that we need to do without fear of being undermined or fear of having to cause harm to someone within our group.
Well, as you have said, there are 2 of them. Young Jexa and Captain Mars, who have this connection with the darkness, and will both seem willing to step away from that. The question I have for you, Gemma, is, are we on a timetable? Is this something that we can devote time to the ritual and the prayer that is needed in these types of situations?
We're on a
Is
timetable,
there-
aren't we? I mean, not really. We're on a timetable.
Then I believe it is providence that there are 2 of us, 2 of them. If you are concerned that this influence may overwhelm your companions, then we just ensure that one of us is with each of them at all times. I do not feel as if he looks back to Calypso and Jexa. There are moments and choices which still remain on their paths. Every soul deserves a chance at salvation. But the polishing of a mirror is not an easy thing. Neither is the confronting of entities such as these. I will stand by you whatever decision you make. And if we draw them into battle now, I will fight by your side.
I guess the question is also for the both of you. Knowing what you know and having lived through what you've lived through, what do you want to do? I'm not going to force you down a path you don't wish to walk.
I mean, I don't want something else in my head. I mean, I already have my AI. Like, I don't need more. Also, like, seeing, like, birds and, like, you know, your potential boyfriend, like, bleeding from the eyes and the mouth. Like, it was a lot. And I wouldn't mind not having that anymore.
Calypso?
I am not even entirely sure if Azazel's still here. I had a bit of a fight with him after what he did, or helped to do, I guess. And I haven't felt or seen him since. So, I don't know. If I need a babysitter, I'll do it. It's fine.
I wouldn't consider us a babysitter so much as backup.
Call it
What you want.
personal spiritual warriors.
PSWs.
Not DSWs. Calypso, odd question for you, perhaps. Was Jexa baptized into the church as an infant?
I mean, I know I didn't do any baptizing. I'm not, you'd have to ask her dad, to be honest.
An avenue to consider.
Do we need to go back to the beach?
I mean, I'm sure as hell not baptized either, so, you know, there's that. But as I said, I don't think this is hereditary.
No, I was just trying to think about steps in the right direction. And that might be a step to consider. But in the meantime, what do we want to do about pursuing the individual who murdered Falcosus?
Let's pause here on that and let's jump over to Val, Lucia, and Gregor. So Lucia heads all the way out of the ship and is pacing on the grounds. You see Gregor following her, and Val, you're kind of I'm sorry about what happened to Dad. It's not your fault. Apparently, it's not hers either. I'm not one for the church, Gregor. You know that. It was your father's thing. But this feels an awful lot like your friend Gemma is less concerned about the innocents in the ground and more concerned with those in her crew. Listen, Gemma's got... she's got some sort of insight into these things, and me and the cat, me and Calypso don't always buy into it, but we've seen a lot of things.
Gemma tends to take a very practical view of things, from what I've seen. She prioritizes the living and the sensible, practical course of action above the emotional reaction. At least from what I've seen. I may be judging her incorrectly, but I'm not surprised by her reaction. I'm not saying I like it. I'm not saying I like any of this, but...
What about you, Val? Do you think that Calypso was played like a meat puppet, and therefore, as the blonde one said, is not complicit in Falcos's death? She may not have stabbed him. That may have been this other one, but she should.
I think there's a fine line to draw between what she can personally be blamed for and what she may be at least partly responsible for. She's responsible, culpable, complicit in inviting a demon into her mind and allowing it that foothold. She's to blame for that. But she didn't kill Falcosis. She's to blame for her choices. But she didn't know, she didn't know what would be done with that. She made a stupid decision.
I don't know about demons. But we fought a dragon. Val lost her leg. There was something there. There was something there with Gemma and Ericol. There was something there with Calypso. I'm not saying it's angels and demons and saints and all this. You know me, I've got too much of Dad in me to ignore it. And too much of you and me to buy in it fully. But there's something out there. And I'm not saying that Calypso and I don't need to have a talk. I'm not sure what that's going to mean, but I don't think she would ever have done anything to hurt me or you if she was in her right mind.
Even that aside, Lucia, you know the value of someone on the inside as well as I do. She might have information we need. She might be able to help us. She might know more than she's saying if we take the time to ask instead of holding a gun in her face. She might be able to help us track down this person. She might be able to begin. I'm not suggesting she'll ever fully make reparations, but she may be able to begin the path to making up for her decisions. She might have information we can't get any other way.
I do not like this.
Neither do I.
No, me neither. But Dad always said everyone deserves a second chance. I know a little bit about the skeletons in your closet, too. He never held that against you.
Lucia, I'm only here because you sent me here, so I'm willing to follow your lead on this. But I would just ask that you think through the benefits of making use of what we have.
She walks up to you, Val. Kind of puts her arms around you and kisses you right here. Very glad that you came into our lives, Val. And that Gregor has you by his side. I'm going back to the house for a bit. But I promise you I will do nothing against Calypso at this point.
Are you also not going to fly off into the sunset, never to be heard from again?
Oh no. There are other things I want to bring along with me now. And you. When did you grow up? You're now the head of the Van Dorn family, you know that, right? You didn't have time to talk to him, but he was very proud of you. When you're ready, all of this is yours. And she just turns around and walks off.
Lucia?
I know we have things to speak of, Val.
No. Well, we do, but I just wanted to say that I'm sorry. And thank you. You didn't have to look after me. And as thankful as you might be for me, I'm 1,000 times more thankful for you.
I have more than a little in common with this Captain Mars. And it seems like finding children later in life is one of them. I'll be back.
We'll be here.
All right, back on the ship. Gemma, Calypso, Jexa.
So this is Maddie asking JM a question. Is there a font in the chapel?
There is not a font in the chapel. It's remember, it's more of like a small shrine, but there is a font at the cathedral.
Run in, push your head under, roll it back out.
I mean, Jexa, this is and Calypso. This is a decision you would have to make, but I don't even know the right word to use, especially in Calypso's case. But a commitment to the care of the church might not go astray. Unless I am mistaken, Calypso, it sounds like you would like to cut ties with Azazel. If I'm misspeaking, please correct me.
No, you're not. I mean, I'm not over here, Gemma, saying I wouldn't be baptized. I just don't really believe in it. Azazel crossed the line with our family. And I understand that I am the queen of bad decisions, but I at least have that principle. Even if it's not the best principle. Or timely.
Yeah.
And she'll look at checks on that side.
Well, then maybe it's not that formal, but maybe it's a simple blessing, a simple moment of entrusting yourself to the care of those who hold to a higher power. And maybe that's just what we do to go forward.
You leave us behind?
No. I wouldn't ask you to stay behind when you've been a part of this from the beginning. More just maybe making a formal offering of protection in the form of a blessing from either myself or Ercole as a means of letting both parties know that we know, and we are not going to let it stand. But it would have to be welcomed and accepted. Again, I'm not going to force anything on you. That has never been my desire or wish. Chaperoning is very different from the spiritual side of things. That's just good parenting. Anyway, think on it.
I mean, a blessing from Saint Beatrice, Ashkagael's mortal enemy. Immortal enemy?
Both.
I don't think that would be so wrong.
Well, before we leave, we can spend some time in the chapel and meditating and seeing what, if anything, Beatrice has to say. Is there anything beyond the spiritual, demonic side of things that we need to discuss before we move forward? Do we have an idea of where to go, who to pursue, what to pursue? I mean, I know we need to go to Hargard. Calypso, where did you say... Oh, sorry, you're blowing your nose. Where did you say the individual was headed?
I wasn't entirely sure. I didn't get that far. Or I just knew. Did I? Did I?
Yeah, no, that's fine. In the vision that Eric will help you recovered, there was definitely they were headed towards Voldrock space, so Hargard.
Oh, she'll relay that. She'll relay that information.
Okay. Does anyone in the group know anything about Hargard? Do we know anything about Voldrock?
Of course.
You
What
do?
do I know? Well, I have jump web lore. I can tell you how to get there.
Hey.
Step 1 in the right direction.
You can tell us what door to walk through.
Yes.
Jam, I have
I know a
history.
little.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. You have history. What?
Lore. I don't know if that would help.
Well, I mean, you do know that, like, at least just kind of historically, Hargard is also known as Voldrox to the Hawkwoods, and the Voldrox are sort of the raiders and what the Imperials call the barbarians, right? They raid Hawkwood territory. They sort of have this stereotype of almost like, well, I mean, this one's for Phantom, space Vikings, essentially. And what you do know about them is that they're known as the Voldrox Star Nation. There are many smaller nations that are all part of this great All-Thing Council. The other thing that you know is that there is actually like an imperial house or an empire house, like one of the great houses that is now kind of there as well. So yeah.
We need to find the vault.
The vault. Why do we need to find the vault again?
On Hargard?
Oh, yes. Because of the orbs and the thing your dad deciphered.
The Ouroboros.
Jam, with the orbs and the vault, did it give us a precise location or did it just say Hargard?
So it just said Hargard. You don't know kind of anything about it beyond that, but you've never really known anything about any of the other planets. It just sort of seems as if your path was kind of prepared.
Fair.
Well, also knowing that there's an Imperial building there, if that's not the right place, they might have more information about the Hargard past.
Hargard!
Or the Space Vikings. That's for you, Phantom.
Space Vikings! Okay, well then, I guess we should... How far is it from here? How many days?
A lot.
I'm thinking like, do we need to load up the ship with food and
Oh yes, we
fuel
definitely need to do
and-
that.
So right now you're on Lemon King,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And so to get to Hargard, actually, it's just the journey out to the jump gate and then waiting for the jump gate to spool up. It is a single jump
Oh right, so we got
from Lemon King to Hargard.
Oh,
Hargard.
right. So it's not...
So you're. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just saying, like, you have, the days to get to the jump gate, waiting for the jump gate, and then your days in system to Hargard.
So, like a week?
Ish.
Okay. And how much time do we have left? Oh, timekeeper.
Oh, time is soup.
We are totally wibbly wobbly.
It is wibbly wobbly, baby.
Wibbly-doo.
But I have key to the jump gate to 6 systems. Going to Lemminkainen was 20 days. Okay. All right. Here's what I got. At one point it was 5 months, 2 weeks. Then we had to go to Lemminkainen,
Okay, that
which was
20
20
days.
and a half days
Okay.
to get there. And since then we've been here 2 days.
It's been 2 or 3 days, Jam. How long have we been on?
So it
3?
is 4 months.
Okay, so we've been 4.
3 weeks and 2 days, something like that.
So it'd be like 4 months, 2 weeks at the shortest we would have left once we got there. 4 months, 1 week.
Yeah.
Okay. Depending on, and then we'd still have 4 months to figure that ish out. And then that's the last place we have to go, correct?
Nope. No. Oh, no. No, no. No. We have to go. After Hargard. Oh, maybe it is.
Hargard was the last one.
Because we don't have to go to Antioch.
Yes.
We then have to go to Milan Station for final ignition.
But we have to figure out how to get to Milan Station because it's on the edge of a black hole.
And like inside the black hole, yeah, like inside the
In the
event
event
horizon.
horizon?
So time is like wibbly wobbly.
Ugh. We could spend like a year there and it would only be a day.
I would almost match how old my boyfriend is.
Which one? Speaking of your boyfriend,
Which one?
Bessarion, they were heading back to
yes.
Limbus, right? Or they were
No.
trying to find the ship from Limbus.
Yes.
Okay. Because we don't know.
We
what
left
ended
them on Byzantium Secundus in Dr. Finman's lair
up. Right.
with my other boyfriend, Lorenzo, guarding them.
But your third boyfriend
Samuel is
is with the
missing
Inquisitors.
on Byzantium Secundus.
Who
Oh, they're all on
have-
Byzantium Secundus. So if we just want to take like 3 weeks,
Go back.
layover.
And then the other question, do we need to get Virgil?
Maybe.
And do we know where Virgil is? Is he back on Byzantium?
He's on Byzantium Secundus.
Didn't he just come from Byzantium Secundus?
Possibly. At some point. Well, no, because for Byzantium Secundus we went to Shoproot.
Oh, right.
And we've come to Limerick
From
from
Shopper. I'm just like, someone's looking at our flight plan and it's just this.
It kind of does this. We make our own Ouroboros.
Clearly, we are masters at evading detection.
Nobody knows where we're going to go because we don't know where we're going.
We don't know till we get in the plane and push start.
All right, so 4 months, 3 weeks.
JM, where is Byzantium Secundus in relation to Hargard?
Your best.
Oh, hang on.
I know, I should have it in front of me, but I don't.
It is a single jump to from Lemmincainen to Byzantium Secundus, and a single jump from Lemmincainen to Hargard. So you're looking at if you go back to Byzantium Secundus, it's going to be 2 jumps away.
Okay. And then
To Milan Station.
Milan, yeah, where's Milan in relation to all of this? You know,
Milan Station is a jump away from Ravenna. It was in
Right.
the Delphi system.
Right.
So it is 2 jumps away from Byzantium Secundus. There's no direct route from Lemmincainen or Byzantium Secundus to the Delphi system.
Okay. Oof, that's a lot of jumping. And Val, we still haven't figured out what your necklace does, correct?
No, we don't know yet.
Okay.
I'm guessing I'm back by now.
Yeah, you can totally come back.
No, I still need to talk to Lucia about that. By the way, I'm pretty sure she's not planning on shooting anyone right now, so we should be okay.
Cool, cool,
I
cool.
appreciate
Rain checked on the shooting.
that. Are you planning on shooting anyone?
I mean, I'm probably going to end up shooting more people at some point, but you're not on the list.
I am delighted to hear that. I think. Although if I go crazy and like black eyes and like shoot me.
How about I hit you on the head with something non-lethal and then we fix it rather than jumping straight to the shooting a member of my crew?
You know, I'm really glad that you decided to join us.
It'd be really unfortunate to meet Val in a dark alley if she wasn't part of this crew.
Yes. Exactly.
Well, then I guess well, Calypso's stepped out for a moment. Do we plan to go to Hargard and then figure out what happened? Well, I don't think we can delay Lucia anymore, so maybe Hargard then.
Yeah, so for now, I don't think Lucia is planning on shooting any of us. If we delay her and go on a herring off to other places, she's probably going to shoot all of us, except maybe Gregor. So we should probably go straight to Hargard.
Okay. Hargard, then if we have time, maybe Byzantium to get Virgil, and then from Byzantium to Milan.
To Ravenna to Milan, yes.
But just to point out, the last time you saw Virgil was on Byzantium Secundus. You know the Inquisitor that Alexa left Byzantium Secundus.
He
So
did?
we don't
May
actually
not
know
have
if
been an Inquisitor at all.
I missed that.
So, right, so we knew he wasn't an Inquisitor.
We've actually only recently figured that out.
Right. We only recently knew that. But did we know where they went? Like, I don't remember who told us they weren't an Inquisitor? Was it
Francesco.
Did he tell us where they went? Did he have any idea?
He did not.
He did not. He was just like, oh, that's not an Inquisitor. And I was like, what do you mean?
Do we think we could ask him to try and figure out where?
I mean,
That
we
might have
could.
gone.
He's kind of disappeared.
We kind of got him in trouble with his boss, so he might not be in a talking mood.
What about the Kraken?
I could reach out to her, I guess.
We did blow
She
up
knows
her car.
things.
She does know things. She's a smuggler, and we blew up her car. Maybe don't reach out to her.
No, we didn't blow up her car.
Oh, I thought
We
did.
we very specifically did not blow up her car.
Jam, ruling. Did we blow up the Kraken's car?
You did not blow up her car.
Okay.
No, because that's how we got out of the camp, was in her car.
Oh, excellent.
Right.
I could give her a call. It wouldn't hurt.
I mean, it might be worth reaching out to different contacts we have to see if anyone has seen or heard anything about Alexa.
Yeah, I can reach out to her. What do you want me to ask?
That we're looking for. She was a vestie, right, Jan?
The Kraken?
She was Sanctuary Aeon.
Alexa.
Alexa.
Alexa, Sanctuary Aeon.
Yeah, a priestess from Sanctuary Aeon who was taken by someone pretending to be the Inquisition. Did Nigel
What was
go
the
with
fake
her?
Inquisitor's name?
Whoa, fake Inquisitor's name.
I mean, it's probably a fake name, but if it's the name he's using, somebody might have heard it.
Started with a B.
Inquisitor knocks. Inquisitor leaves.
I take too many notes.
El Canto.
Well, that might have been it. Nigel left to find the letter. Great. Do. I
I
think
think
you're
it's
right.
El Canto.
Cool. Yeah, someone using the name, I mean, maybe they're not even using it as an Inquisitor anymore, but they could be using it as just a alias. It could just be their preferred.
I did not catch what the name was.
Oh, Becca.
I have El Canto.
El Canto?
ELCANTO. I doubt that is correctly spelled because my spelling never matches whatever JM puts out.
Right.
Yeah, I'll reach out and see if I can hear anything. I don't know, she might have heard something.
Messaged Alexa.
Oh, I have Giandaro as the Inquisitor.
I thought that was a different. No, Giandar's a different Inquisitor.
Okay.
He's a nice one.
So many inquisitors.
Oh yeah, no, I do have Alcanto too. Okay. Great. Too many stinking Inquisitors. Yeah. And I will reach out to the Battle Order and see if they recognize that name. I just figure we can cast a white net.
Mm-hmm.
And then lay up supplies.
Point.
All right,
Yes.
so it sounds so Val has returned. It sounds like you guys are getting ready to dig in and figure out, like cast a net. So, who is contacting who? I know
I'm
Gemma
calling
is
the
reaching.
Kraken.
All right, and Gemma's reaching out to the Battle Order.
Mm-hmm.
And Jexa, what are you doing?
Can I message Nigel?
You can try.
Yeah.
Yours is going to be the easiest.
Sorry, the number you've called is no longer connected.
No, you know that the message goes through. You get on the comms, you message Nigel, you see the receipt and acknowledgement that it has been opened, and there's no response.
So he leaves me on red.
Oh. Oh. Those
Somebody
giants.
left you on red.
Nope, somebody definitely clearly got the message,
Yeah.
but they are not responding.
Okay. I didn't say anything about where exactly we were, but like a, hey, buddy, miss you. Would like to talk to you and our friends again. Beep me back.
Call me, beat me.
Call me, beat me if you want to reach me.
Can you? Here's casting a really wide net. Can you hit up your friend from the Engineers Guild, Othel or Otho, who gave you the car, and just see? I'm just deep diving, like who we can ask. I don't even remember what planet that was on, but it was on a planet, and he gave us the car. Great. I'm just, maybe.
Okay.
But I don't know. Shady figures.
Cool.
Borrowing cars.
So Gemma, what are you asking as you're trying to get this information?
I mean, I would probably reach out to both Katerina and Marguerite and just say, there is someone going by the name of El Canto who is impersonating Inquisitors, has essentially kidnapped one of our crew members. They thought they were being taken into the protection of the church. We fear that they have been taken by those seeking to do possibly harm to the church. So looking for anyone going by that name, any rumors of Inquisitor impersonation, that's the word I'm looking for. And if they have heard anything about a priestess, Alexa, from Temple Aeon.
You get through to Marguerite, and impersonating an Inquisitor is a very dangerous game to be playing. The Inquisition does not take lightly to that. And those seals are very hard to come by. I have some contacts, but it will be several weeks As you know, messages have to go through jump gates. So it's only in system. I don't know if there's any Inquisition in system who would be able to respond immediately, but I will put out the word.
That's all we ask. We realize it's a long shot, but figured it's worth asking.
Do you have any contacts in the Inquisition as well? It may be worth sending them a message.
We do. We can reach out to Inquisitor Flint and see if he has. And the one whose name I just said, Giandaro.
Yeah.
Reach out to both of them as well.
All right, so you're gonna have to, basically send the message and then essentially wait for a response.
Right.
Just because. So what exactly what message are you guys sending to Flint and Giandaro?
Seeking information on individual impersonating Inquisitor.
Okay.
What was it? He was flashing an eschatonic seal, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
He's like real high, real connected. In possession of eschatonic seal, utilizing name El Canto. Would welcome any information.
All right. Val, you're gonna reach out to the Kraken.
I am. This will be fun.
2 calls in as many days. This is an unexpected pleasure. What else can I help you with then, Val?
You strike me as somebody who knows a lot about a lot of things. Looking for maybe some information.
You know these things cost you.
And I'm pretty sure you've been paid quite well by us.
Perhaps I'll consider it a down payment. Maybe a signing bonus if you're done traveling with these raiders and warriors. I could use a person like you in my employ.
Are you offering me a job?
No. You were trained and raised in the house of Lucia. I'm offering you a lifestyle.
Well, help me out and I'll consider it. But you realize that makes us friends, right?
No, it makes us potential partners, at the least.
I'll take it.
All right, Val. You've got me curious. What is it you need?
I have a couple of questions, actually. You heard anything about someone impersonating an Inquisitor?
I don't know anyone stupid enough to try that. How good of an impersonation are we talking about?
Good enough to fool the battle order.
They had an eschatonic seal.
It's not that difficult. Their cards are made.
He was flashing an eschatonic seal. Good work, high up.
Battle order aren't known for their wits. But an eschatonic seal, an eschatonic inquisitorial seal is
Hard to come by.
I would say, worth its weight in neutronium.
So if someone were looking to come by such a artifact,
They would have to have the backings of a noble house. there's really only two, maybe four forgers in the entire known worlds that could pull it off. Unless, of course, it was stolen. And then there's only a handful of fences who would even be willing to cross the church.
Any of those connected with houses Al Malik or Hazat?
That definitely narrows it down. Damn it, I hate a good mystery. All right, I'll reach out. I'll see what I can find. But if this comes back to roost, it comes to your nest, not mine.
Fair enough.
Calypso, as all of this is going down, you've kind of retreated out of the mess to your room, kind of taking everything in that has been happening. Kind of hear like the door slides open, big frame standing in the doorway. Calypso, we gotta talk. And we'll pause there and we'll pick that up the start of the very next section. But before
I'm sorry. Is Gregor breaking up with her? He used the very specific. Oh my god! I'm gonna.
Somewhere there is only light. There is joy. There is peace in the knowledge that burdens have been laid down to rest. But somewhere in the Pan Creator's light, a name rings out, and a soul is pulled away from the beatific vision and tasked with a holy duty to go back and perhaps save one more soul. And the high heavens ring out with a single name, as Father Bell is tasked with one last journey to the Imperial worlds. But that is not a story for today. That is not even a story for tomorrow, but soon. Thank you all for joining us for Fading Suns. I realize this epilogue has now gone into 3 parts and will wrap up in 4, where I had 1 part planned. So you know, I'm about as good at pacing this game as I ever have been. I would like to just say thank you to our moderator, Phantom of Truth. Phantom, always good to see you in chat. I'd like to thank our tireless producer, who is just a wonderful delight. JD, welcome back. Glad to have you back in the studio. To my crew, I'm so glad that we are continuing to play this game well into its 3rd year. We will be showing off some of the new things from Hargard, probably in October when you guys get there. And we are in Endgame. As soon as this epilogue wraps up, we've got a short intermission, if you will. We have Hargard, and we have the finale. So we are moving through the last of this campaign. So for those of you who have joined us and have been here for a while, just want to say, from everyone at Ulysses, from everyone at the studio, from everyone in Iconic Production, from the cast and the crew, thank you. It's been we're not done yet, but thanks for sticking with us and joining in the trials, the tribulations, the triumphs, and the emotional trauma of being a member of the crew of the Oh Boii. And so we will be back in 1 week with the final part of the epilogue to From the Ashes. And we will see you all in a week. If you like what we do, if you like the game, please consider following Ulysses on social media. Follow them here on Twitch. There's a little button. Hit the notification icon so you can always see what's going on. Like earlier today, there was a Heretical Musings where you could have learned more about Fading Suns. We also do Torg on Tuesdays, which is just as cinematic as this game is dramatic, and it is a delight. Becca and Maddie are both part of that game, and we have more games coming in 2022. So stay tuned as we start to wrap up some of these campaigns. There are new campaigns and new shows on the horizon. As long as Ulysses will be making games, I have a feeling we will be here showcasing them. So until next time, thank you to my crew. Thank you to the chat. We will see you all in a week. I am JM the GM. This is the cast of the Fading Suns game, the crew of the Oh Boii. And until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay gaming. Have a good one.